Hello students, today just will continue that previous chapter. This chapter in the last video already I have told you how to use if statements, if else statement, then if elif statements, and also the nested if statements. So now we'll discuss about that is loop statements here. Okay, so in loop statements, what is the use of loop? Loop means just to repeat few things. Okay, just to repeat the statements again and again. Printing statements should be again and again. That is known as the looping. Okay, so before starting the loop or iterations, we can say, so we have to know few basic thing of the looping statements. Then after that it will be easy for you. So what are the basic things are there that I am telling you? The first one is the range. Range means what? Suppose we want to write from this number to that number. So how to write? What is the syntax of the range statement should be there. Range means from the starting value to ending value. That is called the range statement. So let us see the first one. Now first examples I have given here, range 5. Range 5 means it is always starting from 0 onwards. If no one value is given, I have written only the 5. 5 means only one value is given, 5. That's why it will start from 0 till 4. Always whatever the value will write within the bracket, it will be less than that value. If 5 is there, it will take up to 4. That means 0 to 4. 0 to 4 means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That means 5 times. Suppose next one example you see, I have written range 3, 10. 3, 10 means it will starting value will be fixed, that is 3. But 3, 10 I have written. 10 means what? That means it will take till 9. So means 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Second one. Third one is 2, 10, 2. It means what? It will start from 2 and it will till 9 it will continue and having difference of 2. That means after 2, then 4 will come, then 6 will come, then 8. 8 will be last because 10 is means it will take till 9. Did you understand? Always you remember the value, the last value, whatever we are writing, it will continue till that value minus 1. That means n minus 1. So 2 means it is the step value. So next last one you see, one negative downwards means decreasing order if you want. So starting value will be high, means greater than the second value. That means ending value. So I have written here 15, 10. 15, 10 means 15, 14, like that it will be decreasing order, it will be there. So that's why I have written minus 1. But in case of suppose 10, 15 if you are writing, so no need to write plus 1 because by default 1 is there. Okay, but if it is in decreasing order, then you need to write minus 1 so that the value will come in a decreasing order. Did you understand, students? I think this range function is very much important in case of looping statement. Another one will just write about in and not in. In and not in means what? Suppose whether a value is present in a list or not. Suppose if I write 3 in within bracket 1, 3, 5, 6, the output will be true. And in the similar case, if I write 7 not in within bracket 1, 3, 5, 6, the value will be there, that is false. That means it is not present. So if it is 3 is present, that is true. 7 is not present, that is also 7 not in this will be true because 7 is not in this range. Yes, it is true. But if I write here instead of 7, suppose I am writing 6 not in this one, but 6 is present, so that's why the value will be false. Okay, so in means whether it is present or not in means whether it is not present or not. So according to the conditional value, it is one type of conditional statement also. According to its value, according to its conditions, the value will be in Boolean form, either true or false. So now we'll discuss about the looping statements. So according to your chapter, according to your syllabus, so we'll discuss about these two types of loopings. One is that is for loop and one is the while loop. So both loops we can take for your purpose, for your use, but I'm telling you the different syntax of for loop and syntax of while loop here. Just you see, First, in case of for loop, if we want to take the for loop, first we'll write a variables where we'll initialize, and after that write in and sequence. I'll give you the examples. Then after that give colon and one statement or 2, 3, 4 statements or multiple statement can be written. Similar way, another loop just will use according to your syllabus, that is called the while loop. After while loop give the conditions, then give colon and statements to repeat, and after that incrementation and decrementation should be there. So I'm giving you one example so that it will be more clear. Remember, in for loop, variables in sequence, that means we'll give here the range also, then statements you write, then while loop, the condition, then statements are there. So I'm giving one examples. So students, now you check by taking one example, that is for loop. In case of for loop, just I have written here, suppose one question is there, sum of 10 natural numbers, just to find the 10 natural number. 10 natural number means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 natural numbers, we will find the sum. So in this case, what to do? First we'll write for n in range 1, 11. That means you see 4 is the keyword, in is keyword, range is keyword. These three are the keywords. So this is not the keyword, this is a variable. And this range I have given, already I have told you the range functions. 1 to 11 means will start from 1, but it will take till 10. That's why we are taking the next value, that is 11. And this statement we are finding the sum, and the value, the 1 to 10, these numbers we are storing in a variable that is called n. That's why we are taking here s equal to s plus n, and the printing statement should be outside the loop so that it will print, because this sum should be inside the loop because it will continue again and again. So the statements which one you need to continue, that one should be written within the for loop statements. Similar way, if you write the while loop statements, as you see what is the difference between for and while, just I am showing, that's why I am giving column wise just to show, and so that it will be, the doubt will be more clear. N we are not storing here, we can also store it, but we have to store the n value first here. After that we are writing while the conditions. The conditions we are writing, range statement we are writing 1 to 11, but here we will write n less than 11. After that the same statement we are writing here, here also the same statement we are writing here. Here the default type is the incrementations, that means it is increasing one by one automatically, but in this case we have to increase it, we have to decrease it, we have to do it means ourselves only. That means automatically it is not possible. That's why I have written here n equal to n plus 1. This is compulsory to incrementations or decrementations should be there. Suppose one question is there just to find all the odd numbers. So odd numbers means we will write 1, 11, 2. 2 means 2 difference should be there, but in this case we have to do n equal to n plus 2. We have to increase the value by 2. So this is the difference between for loop and while loop. So now we'll discuss the element of the loop. In the element of the loop we'll discuss, the first one is the initializations, second one is that is called the test expressions, third one is the body of loop, and fourth one is the update expression. I'm telling you one by one what is this. Initialization means whatever we are initializing, the value we are initializing, the first value, that's why I call it is known as the initializations. Test expression means this is called the test expressions, means we are testing a value here. Next is the body of the loop, this part is known as the body of the loop. And update expression means, this means increment or decrement. It is, I am showing you in while loop, same we can also do in for loop. I am showing you initialization. In case of initialization, n I have not mentioned here, but you can do. Default is 1, because n1 we have written here, means from 1 it is going. Test expressions means it will continue till 11, that's why it is also test expression. The body of the loop, this is called the body of the loop. Updation means the default value is +1, that is called the updations. So in a loop, these 4 structures are there, 4 elements are there, which are which maintains the all the values, all the range, and whatever the conditions we are giving. So these 4 are very important for a loop. So these are the main elements of a loop. Okay, so let us take some examples by taking the loop. Before that, I am telling you about another statement which is known as the loop else statement. Suppose this loop we are continuing here for n in range 1 comma 11. This one something we are writing here. So in this case I am writing if the value should be, I am writing a printing statement also here. Print some value I am writing, yeah, some statements I am printing here. I can write here the else statement also here. Else some value I can, some statements I can print here. That means this is called the, that is loop else statement. That means in for loop, okay, in for loop we can write the statements, and also in the similar way we can write the else statement also. In the similar case also, in while loop also we can write while statements we can write here, then we can write here else, then some value. That means this is called the loop else statement. That means else statement can be written within for, that not within for loop we can write the else statement, and for while loop also we can write the else statement, just like if. Okay, so now we'll discuss about some another part which is known as the jump statements. So now we'll discuss about the jump statements. What is jump statements? I'll show you. First I'm just explaining you, then after that we'll just I'll show you the example. Jump statements means what? Jump statements means just the control will jump from one statement to another statement by the help of few commands, which one is that is break and one is continue. So break and continue in Python, these two statements are known as the jump statements. That means the control can jump from one statement to another statements. That is called the jump statements. So let us see what is the meaning of jump statements, what is the use of jump statement, and what is the syntax of the jump statements. First I am telling you, then after that I will show you. Break statements means what? It will break, or it will exit from the loop directly from that position. Suppose if we are writing the break statement, it will exit from the current iterations, means current loop. Wherever we are will write the break statement, from that loop it will exit. But continue statement means what? It will exit from that loop and it will go for the next loop. Suppose two loops are there, it will exit from the inner loop and it will go for the that means outer loop. From that loop it will exit. But in case of continue statements, it will not exit, it will stop executing the statements, means which if we'll write the continue statement, it will stop executing the statements which one is next to continue, and it will go to the starting, means from the beginning of the loop it will start once again. Okay, so maybe a little bit confusion is there, so just once I am showing you, you just see the example. See, in this case, for a in range 5, 11 I have written. For a in range 5, 11. If a mod 2 equal to 0, then I have written, that is print a, then break statement or continue statement I have written. Suppose if you write the break statements here, just you see the students, if you write, suppose break I am writing here. So if I write break, that means it will direct exit from the loop. That means this is our loop. So it will exit from the loop. So that loop is for loop. The for loop statement is up to here. So it will exit from the loop if we will write the break statements. But if we will write the continue statements here, it will not execute the statements which are after the continue. It will go to the beginning of the loop. So continue statement means from there it will stop and it will go to the beginning. But break means it will stop there. It will exit the current loop. It will exit from the current loop and it will go for the next loop. But here it will not go for the next loop. It will stop. It will not execute the next statements, so that it will continue from the begin once again. That is the difference between jump statements, continue and break. Okay. So in the similar way also we can start the nested loop, just like nested if statements. Suppose one for loop statements are here, for I in range some value I am giving. Again I am writing for loop here. That means it is known as the nested for statement or nested loop statement. That means one loop is under another loop. So it is known as the nested for statement. I will show you by giving some examples in practicals. I will show you one by one how to use the jump statements, how to use the for loop statements. I will show you in the program so that it will be more clear. Okay, from the while loop, one from the for loop, okay, and some jump statements and if statements. Just together I'll show you in one programs so that it will be more clear in practicals. So I hope students you understood the total things of this loop statements and if statements. So now let us go for the practicals. I'll show you how to use the different things, that means if, for loop, jump statements. Okay, so in practical I'll show you one by one, and you do more practice by taking some examples from the book. Okay, thanks for watching and have a nice day.